feel and what we see isn't real, or that we need to release it. Letting go of things is challenging, and we don't usually spend any time doing that. That's why I brought it up today, and it's also just because that's what I picked in the Shine On book today, was forgiveness. And I thought, you know what, I'm not going to skip it. I'm going to talk about it, because forgiveness in the Shine On book, secret number 8, forgiveness. The quote, true forgiveness gives freedom to every heart involved. And think about it. When you forgive someone else, you forgive a situation, even if they don't know that you forgave, or you're letting that energy go, it actually helps them to release it. So I really invite you to look at, what are you not letting go in your life? Because that energy is actually holding you almost like hostage. It's heavy on you. And how is it not really helping you in your energy field to be clear, to be able to bring in more positive, different energy? And that's the biggest key, is how are we bringing in more energy and more joy in our lives, and not bringing in the same, because we're holding on to certain things in our lives that we're not forgiving, even ourselves. And I think that's a really big one. I'm going through right now, and I'm going to be transparent here, is I'm going through some things where I'm forgiving myself that I didn't realize by looking at things that I have done, and that how important it is for me to forgive myself and just move on and just keep going, and not go back and say, and dwell on it. But I do urge you, and this is one of the steps that I wanted to give you. Right away, I'm going to give you a step that I want you to do, and this is secret number 8 from the Shine On book, forgiveness. And here's an action step that I really want you to look at. Take 5 minutes and just stop. Even if 10 minutes. But take that time, and I want you to concentrate on your breathing. And what I'd like you to do is I want you to come up with a situation, something that happened, which is really easy for me because I just think of something and it's like, wow, what was that interaction? How was that? Was that how I really wanted it to be? And go through it. And where does it affect me? Usually it's my throat, because I said something that I didn't want to say, or it affected me in a way, and then also in my heart. And I can feel it and really connect to that as you do your breathing, connect to it, and then release it. And maybe even have to write it. And that's the thing, is sometimes writing, not sometimes, all the time, writing helps you. I know you don't like to journal, but writing helps you to focus on what it is you're releasing, and your subconscious gets that your conscious gets it. So I really invite you, if you would like to forgive someone, if you would like to forgive yourself, if it's something that you're always having, it's on your mind. And that's the thing, is we go through and it's on your mind, and you keep thinking about it. It's time to release it. But you know what? I'm going to tell you something. I've been doing this for over 20 years. You're never going to completely get rid of it, okay? There's situations, triggers, but it's issues in your tissues. It really is. It's issues in your tissues. We have past issues. We have that. I remember when I was sexually assaulted when I was 6, when I was 9, when I was 14, when I was 18, when I was 22, when I was 31. I mean, I can go on. Those are still there. There's stories now, and the way that I react to them are different. But it's also a place for forgiveness. Because in one of those, more than one of those, I froze when it was happening. So I'm angry. I'm not going to say I am. The anger that I had for so long at myself for being frozen and saying this is happening and I can't stop it because I was so frozen. And back at that 6-year-old, forgiving yourself is so important. So I urge you and I invite you to forgive yourself right now, right here. And how do you do that? Taking the time to step into forgiveness is being aware of it. Okay, I said it. Everything is about awareness, isn't it? Because if you're not aware, if you're not connecting to the awareness of what is happening, what happens? You're not in the present moment. you're still in your head in the past and staying in that energy. And I really, really urge you to get out of that energy and step into this energy, which is fabulous energy, which is your energy. Because you really are amazing. You are. And this forgiveness piece is part of life. And it's never going to end. And it's never going to be a place where you can say, wow, I thought I finished that. Now I'm back to it. Yeah, you really are. And it's okay. And it's really okay because you shift. Because remember, every millisecond, you make 500,000 new cells. You're not the same person. And you also release 500,000 cells every millisecond. Guess what? Those cells were not needed. Sometimes it's like friends. Friends that have been in my life for years now are out of my life. And you know what? It's like a coat coming off of you. Because it's not needed anymore. That energy. So energy of forgiveness is taking the time to forgive yourself. So I urge you, I invite you to do this because you really matter. And to celebrate and be in a higher vibrational frequency is stepping into letting go of people, places, things, dramas, situations, thought patterns, perceptions that you thought, that I thought, that, and you releasing those and letting them go. That's what forgiveness and true forgiveness is. And it is just like the quote, yes, I came up with that says, true forgiveness gives freedom to every heart involved. Think about all the hearts, think about all the people, think about all the things that have been touched. And that when you let it go, when you let that energy and you feed that energy and let it go, what happens? And yeah, you might cry. And I urge you to cry because that's a release. It really is. And it's a great one. So, thank you. And if this is resonating with you at all, please give me a comment. Also, hit that bell right now so that when I go live, you get those announcements right away. So go ahead and hit that. You know, because there's somebody that's really important to you that needs to hear this. And you know that. So send it, share it, comment on it. Because I'd love to hear about how it's impacted you. And where do you want me to go with it? Because forgiveness is, it's a challenging one because we don't always want to do that, do we? We don't want to step into, oh my gosh, forgiveness. Here's a story out of the book. One of my best friends no longer wanted to continue our relationship. And I felt it has done something wrong and hurt. And I was. And yet I worked through the emotion and realized it was her choice. It was really her choice. And that there was nothing for me to do. And that forgiveness came when I stopped taking her choice personally. Ooh. And I stepped into realizing that whatever she was experiencing was based on her perception of our relationship. Think about that. There's people in our life that all of a sudden are not in our lives, and they have chosen to not be in our lives. And it hurts, and there's an emotion attached to it. When I went in and really connected to where that hurt was, it was in my heart. And that heart still loves that person, my friend. But yet their choice and their perception of the relationship and what they needed to do, I honor and let go and forgive. Because of course there might have been words, forgive those and let go. I hope that helps you today. And if it does, please give me a comment or even do a shout out, because friends and even family sometimes, they come and go. And that actually helps you grow. And for me personally, I want you to grow. And that's what I do, empowerment coaching. And that's why I'm on stage in front of hundreds of people about self-esteem and self-confidence and the Shine On movement, because I want you to know that forgiveness and really stepping into forgiveness is a way for you to grow. A breakdown is a breakthrough. Your issues are in your tissues. You're going to get triggered. How do you want to relate to them? How do you want to move on? I know you want with joy and self-confidence. I know you do, because that's what I get the phone calls for, is I'm ready to work with you, Angel. Because it's time for me to really shine my light, because I do really matter. Why don't you? You're here. Your energy vibration is going out in a ripple effect, and it is powerful stuff. Remember that. So forgive yourself, love yourself, remember you matter, and keep shining on, because no matter what happens, your electromagnetic field, your universal life force energy, everything has energy, and it's going to keep going. It's not just this thing that's made up. It's true. It's real. You are energy, and you're emitting that. It's scientifically proven that you're a light being. That's why it's shine your light. Keep shining. Shine on, shine on, shine on.